So this is Leetcode number best time to buy and sell stock 3. So firstly, in my previous video I have to do buy and sell stock 1, then buy sell stock 2, and now this is buy and sell stock 3. So first of all, I highly suggest you that you should see my previous video in which I have to done this buy and sell stock 2, because I am taking that part of code in my this question there, because the only very tricky change in this question there, what's the given in this question, according to our previous questions also, we simply have to maximize our profit, but here what is done here, we don't have any constraints there. We can do many infinite transactions there, and we have to maximize profits, maximum our profit there. But now in this question, buy and sell stock 3, here we are given a stock prices there, but now we have a constraint that we can do at most 2 transactions there, at most 2 transactions. So we need to think we need to buy and sell those stocks such that our profit is maximum, but keep reminding only at most 2 transactions are possible there. Okay, so simply now every day we have the 3 choices, either buy and sell and skip. So every step we have to decision. So whenever the decisions exist, recursion takes into picture. So means simply this is again the DP question there. So but now new constraint is we can only complete 2 transactions there, maximum 2 transactions there. Okay, so what it means, this is the previous questions where I do the sell and buy and sell stock 2. So here in my previous questions, we don't have to concern, we have to concern about which day we are standing at and what's our previous record, or we can say we are using extra variable that is used to track what we done in our past. So according to it we can sell and we can buy. But now there's one extra terms also there, so so we can say, so we need to track how many transactions are left there. Okay, so now this is also plays a crucial role there, so that's why we also need to include this in our state there. So I again say you, this is simply continuation of our buy and sell stock 2. So before this question you should see my previous video, so that's why after it you should come to this video. So now our state is become f of I comma buy comma, or now let's say I can use this third variable. This is nothing but the capacity. This is used to represent our, I can say, maximum profit from simply the day of I. Okay, this is the meaning of our this f of I comma buy comma cap. And now we already know that if buy is equal to 1 means we can buy is equal to 0 means we can sell, and cap is nothing but the what are the remaining transactions. Remaining, I can again say, this is cap is nothing but the remaining transactions we have to do to buy and sell our stock there. And what we know, after selling our stock our transaction is completed. So what you need to know, during buying any of the stock our transaction doesn't complete, whole of the transaction is completed only after selling that bought stock. Okay, so I can say this is a very crucial thing. We can say that our transaction only completes after selling, we can say, occupied stock. Okay, so during buying our it doesn't stock, our capacity doesn't reduces, completes. Okay, so transaction only completes after selling occupied stock. So that's why whenever I'm talking about the buying condition, so our capacity doesn't falls, it only falls after selling our occupied stock there. Okay, so now in this condition what we need to do, we simply have to do f of 0 comma 1 comma 2. Okay, so this is what we need to do. So now talking about the base case for it. So base case is simple. What are the base cases? If our I is reaching to end of the day, means days are left, no days are left, so we simply returns what we simply return here, simply return 0 there. Okay, what's the second case? In second case, you can say if our capacity becomes 0, I can say capacity becomes 0 means no transactions left. Also in that case we simply return 0. So means we cannot perform further buy and sell stocks, or we can further not able to cannot perform any of the further buy and sell stocks operations in my future days there. Okay, so now again now come to the what's the relation in the buy and sell. Like since we had discussed this for our previous problem, again similarly we have to do this. So what it means, if our buy is 1, so what it means, as I write there. Okay, so if we have to buy is equal to 1, what it means, now it means we can buy. So we have the two options, either buy or either skip. Okay, so these are the two options there. So now what is it, if we have to buy, our profit is reduces by prices of I. It's easy. So if it is, so we can call for another index there, and now our status of buying and selling changes, and capacity remain the same. Like I emphasize on this part again, because transaction is still not complete. It complete after selling the occupied stock. So like we don't till now we don't have to sell, so that's why capacity remain the same. And if we don't want to buy this, so skip simply. So what's meaning of this skip? Simply calls for another index, status remain the same, capacity remain the same. Okay, so this is the meaning. And what are the maximum in it? We simply do this. And what's the other thing? If our buy is 0, so what it means, this is, now we have the another two options there, either we can sell or either we can say skip there. Okay, so only these two cases possible there. And now discuss, if we sell, so our profit is increases by prices of I. And now we have to call for the another index. Okay, and the status is changes, now our capacity is decreasing. Okay, so that's why we have to take this in our consideration. And if we don't want to sell at this, we simply call for another day, our status remain the same, capacity again it remain the same. Okay, so there's a capacity is like reducing only in that case if you are successfully sell this. Okay, so what are the maximum, you have to do this. And like similar test case dry run for this question again, that's we done in our previous questions. Okay, so now come to the coding part there. So this is a brute force, there's the main function in which I have to pass there. This is the day 0, this is the buy one is state, means we can buy now, and this is 2 means we have our 2 capacity remain there. Okay, so now the index base cases is either capacity become the 0, or either index is reaching, or either no days are left, or either no capacity is remaining. In both cases simply return 0. Now if buy, do the 2 operation, what are the maximum is written again in the buy 0 2 operation, and the maximum, what are the maximum, simply our answer there. Okay, so this is a simple code. What's the time complexity? It is nothing but the 2 power n there, because at each day we have the 2 operations there, 2 of the options there, and total states are n there, total days are n, so that's why 2 power n there, exponential time. So this of n is nothing but for the recursion stack, because in worst case there's sum of all of the states, that's why of n, but this gives TLE, so that's why we go for DP. And for the DP, this is memorization version, and like how to do is this is still the same code for this. There's only thing is we use the DP. Since days offset for days is n, offset for buy variable is 2, because it can be either 0 or either 1. Offset for capacities, since we can what are the capacity is possible, either it can 0, either it can 1, either it can 2, so that's why 3 offset. So now what's the time complexity for it? It's nothing but the of into 2, we can say n into 2 into 3 there, And again this is same for the space complexity, it is still the same. And there's also the one recursion stack space there, but we don't need to think about it. Okay, so this is the question.